Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing the lovely Tea, Tarot and Tuesday challenge by the lovely V Love and Crystals, and as you can see I've got my red hot lemon tea just been brewed, so I'll put that to one side for cooling down purposes and I'll have that later on. So today's prompt, my lovelies, I thought I would show my Bible really, because V was on about the book or a book that inspired you to learn the actual cards and what the meanings were. Now this book was given to me by a lady who actually introduced me into the tarot when I was about 16 years of age, and this was one of her books originally. So this book has got to be at least 30 years plus, okay, old. So it's the Tarot by Richard Cavendish. It was originally printed, if we look inside here, okay, I'll just open it up. See if I can get it on camera, it's not going to glare out. Let's have a look for you. So we've got here, this is by Richard Cavendish, but it was originally published, first published in Great Britain in 1975 by Michael Joseph Limited, and then this edition was published in 1986 by Chancellor Press, 59 Grosvenor Street, London. Okay, so this was a second edition that was printed in 1986. Okay, and it was also reprinted in 1987, the Richard Cavendish 1975 version. But I just absolutely treasure this book, because obviously it was gifted to me anyway by this lady who I knew, who sort of introduced me to the tarot, because she'd been doing it for years. And it was just some of the artwork as well in here. It just goes into the cards in depth, not just normal tarot but also the old playing cards as well, and the history of it all. Okay, so it is what I call my Bible, literally my Bible, that I sort of read from cover to cover when I first had it years ago. Okay, but like I say, I don't tend to dip into it now. It's more of a, see, it's more of a coffee table kind of booklet, but it is amazing, so in depth, and the artwork and some of the pictures in it as well. Okay, like, you know, that's stunning, that is, with all the cards in there. But yeah, like I say, I just wanted to show this because I know V said that she got a specific her Bible that she picks up and relates to. Like I say, this was actually mine. I'll just give it a flick through here. Just having the artwork there, look, the Magician. I mean, that's a fabulous that's a fabulous card. A modern version of the Magician from the 007 pack, designed for one of the James Bond films. I mean, if whoever got their hands on that deck years ago is probably worth a fortune now. But yeah, like I say, some of the pictures, I mean, that one, look at that one for a tower picture. The Tower of Babel from the Bedford Book of Hours. The tarot trump is often interpreted in the spirit of this legend. But look at that for a tower picture. You know, so I was like absolutely mesmerised when this book was given to me at such an early age, you know. So, and those there, those are the Troth cards, aren't they? 4 cards from the pack designed by Aleister Crowley. Left to right, top the Fool and the Star, and then we've got the Knight of Cups and the Icon or Day of Judgment. I have actually got that deck by Aleister Crowley, the print of that deck, and it is quite large cards actually, and I've only just recently purchased them second hand, because a lot of these old decks, you know, they go out of print, don't they, and they become quite sought after. But I did manage to get myself a deck of those. So, but yeah, I love that, this picture here of the world, and it's crying, you know, and it's sort of it symbolises me. That's probably what the world is doing right now with everything that's going on. But yeah, so I just thought I'd share this with you today, my lovelies. The old traditional decks. Yeah, I absolutely love this book, and I've told my son's 27, coming 28 this year, and he's got an interesting tarot as well at the moment, and you know, he likes to read his cards daily and everything, so I'm hoping that he'll follow along my lines, because you know, I've said to him, because his name's Richard, funny enough, I'll say, Richard, you know, make sure that you keep these decks in the future, because you know, as time goes on, they do become worth something. Now, another friend of mine that I want to share gave me some cards. There was a lady that she knew who was quite elderly, and she was selling off different decks of cards, and she actually got these for me as a gift, and they were the Animal Spirits knowledge cards. Okay, paintings by Suzanne Seddon Boulay. Now, I am going to go through these cards in a short while, because I thought what I would do is pull one card for each star sign and just have a look at the little messages on the back. Okay, so I am going to go through these, but they are quite an oldish deck, and I think that because it's got obviously $9.95 here, and then Canadian money, so I'm not really sure where she's obviously purchased these from, because like I say, again, these are a second-hand deck that I've acquired along the way. But I am going to go through these in a little while. But what I did promise you last week, guys, was I did say to you, I'm not very a big person on jewellery. Okay, I haven't got my ears pierced or anything like that, but there is certain elements of jewellery that I do like, and I was explaining last week briefly that there was a company called Kirks Folly. Jennifer Kirk was the founder of the company, and a lot of you guys may have heard of Kirks Folly out there, because they were big sellers on QVC, both in America and Germany, all around the world. Okay, but I think about, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, something happened where they actually had to stop trading for a while. I'm not sure whether they actually started up again. I do not know. Some of you might be able to help me on that if you follow them obviously more than I did. But I purchased quite a fair bit of their moon jewellery. It was just, it's like a glass to feel, but I am going to show you what I mean. So I've got a couple of moons here. Well, actually there's three. I'll go with this one first because it's the bigger one, and if you can see here, if I bring it up to the camera, okay, it's got the picture of a moon facing, okay, and it's like iridescent and it shines. Okay, now this was like a little key ring, but you could actually have it as on a, you know, clip it onto a necklace, and obviously it's got the Kirks Folly on the back. But I must have had these, oh gosh, I must have had these over 17 or 18 years. Okay, so these are quite old. I've had these a while, and this is another one, a little charm that you could clip onto your bag, again with the moon in it. So I don't know, bring that a little bit close so you might be able to see. And then there was a ring, one of these like expandable rings that you can fit on, and that's got the moon facing, a little bit of a darker blue on that one, because she did like the lighter colour, which I liked, the light moon, but she did that darker moon as well. But when they did stop trading, there was a lady who was selling an item on through eBay, and like I say, I'm not one for gold either. I'm always a silver type person, as you can see with my rings and everything. I love silver, but because I knew that these things would be sought after in years to come, I actually bought this off, this was second hand off eBay, but I absolutely fell in love with it, guys. So I am going to show you this, okay, and it is actually a bracelet, but I'll show you it first in the box. Look at that moon, the moon. But like I say, I'm not gold, so I don't like the gold on it, but I just love the moon. Okay, oh, absolutely. And like I say, the feel of it, it's like a glass. It's not resin or anything like that, but it's one of these where you can stretch it open to fit your wrist, but I will just put it on quickly, and you can see there, and you would push it to close on, but obviously you're going to be looking upside down here, but I'll just take it off a sec. But even just to, what I do as well, you can do, is you can place it with a little tea light behind, and on a night time you get the reflections come through in the dark. But it's just the iridescence of it. I'm just so drawn by this moon, as you can see. So I have got key pieces, okay, so this was definitely one of them, and actually I'll keep that out there because it's too nice to put away at the minute. And then the other one that I purchased was not a moon, but it was a necklace, and it's got an angel on, and this is absolutely beautiful. It's got the face of an angel and just the wings coming round here, and then it's on this like I don't know, like Aureobolis. I can never say that. See what I mean? I'm not good with jewellery, guys. Aureobolis. I don't know. I can never say the word, but you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that's even got like that shiny on the beads. But yeah, that is so pretty. It's got like the face of an angel, and I've never worn that. You know, I've never worn it. Maybe I should do really, but I thought I was going to gift it, you know, I thought I'd keep it and gift it, but I never really did, because I don't come from a big family anyway, so it's just one of those keepsakes. But, so that was the jewellery I wanted to share on the Kirks Folly. So what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to show you these cards, guys, from who it was gifted to me. As I said, they actually purchased quite a few cards off this lady who was selling a lot of her old decks. But it's the Animal Spirits, as I said, and it's by Susan Seddon Boulay. That sounds like a French name, doesn't it? So I'll just put those there out the way a sec. So I'm just going to show you quickly these cards, okay? And the artwork is so fine on them. But they have got sort of messages on the back as well. Okay, that's the fox, panther. So they have got like they do have like a French theme feel to them as well. The caribou. So what I thought I'd do is jaguar. I would shuffle these cards, okay, and we'll do one for each star sign, so then at least you get a little message today as well, okay. Just going to quickly go through. There's 48 cards in this deck. I mean, that's beautiful, but it's such a fine artwork. What's that one? Spider. It's an unusual one. That's like, you know, it's like the spiders in its web. Seals, what's that one? Totem. But yeah, it's just the fineness of the artwork on these. That's parrot. I was looking at the actual parrot on that one. That's lovely. The rabbit. That's such a lovely card. And we've got the dog. But yeah, so these, like I say, these were given to me as a gift. I love that one. I think it's lovely, that one. That's the monkey. Looks like a scarab, isn't it? Yeah, scarab on that one. So I thought, oh, what's that one? That's the gull, seagull. Oh, it's on that way. I was going to say, I couldn't see the seagull then, but obviously it's facing reverse to the face on that one. Alligator. Oh, that's nice. TCs. That's like a collection of animals on that one. But yeah, that's nice as well, the bull. So what I'm going to do, just quickly finish going through, I love that one. So that's the one off the main cover, the lion, bear. He's going to shuffle these. Okay, we're going to shuffle them, and we'll do for each star sign. So I'm just going to move this out the way, put that there a sec. I've got my cards here. So I've got Taurus, who's in front of the card, so we'll just go with how they come out. Let's shuffle this and we'll get a card out for Taurus. So this is a message for whenever you click on this video at that time, so it's not going to be time specific. So let's have a look then, Taurus, and I feel like that one wants to come out for you. And we have the heron, okay, which is hiding there behind that lady there, and it says symbology is life, feminine energy and renewal. So the heron is a bird of the water and is thus associated with feminine energy and regeneration. In ancient Egypt, the heron was the first transformer of the human soul after death, because it was seen in flight over the fields when the Nile began to flood. It was associated with fertility and the renewal of life. In the Roman epic, the Aeneid, the heron is again a symbol of renewal and is depicted rising from the ashes of the burned city of Ardea. So yeah, so I think for you then, Taurus, because of the herons coming out for you today, then it is saying I do feel a new phase coming in for you, because obviously if it's renewal, okay, and energy, so some of you could be getting your energy levels back. Some of you could have been feeling quite low of late, okay, so and it's paying attention to detail as well, because if you see herons in the wild, okay, and they're flying over sort of lakes and rivers and they are spotting a fish from quite a distance, because they do spot even from the side of the bank as well, they can so see, you know, directly. So I feel the heron coming out for you, Taurus, is a symbol to say you need to pay attention to detail, okay. There might be something around you in this week, whenever you get this message, to say that you need to pay attention to detail too, and that there's areas in your life where your energy is starting to come back this week, and also it may be changes as well, changing in your habitat, I want to say. So there might be some changes that are happening around you that you feel you may not have some control on over as well, Taurus, but it's just saying go with the flow, okay, because obviously I feel water connected here with the heron, and it's just going with the flow. So that's the card there. So what I will do is I'll carry on reading, and I will put timestamps for these readings, okay, but so that one's for you, Taurus. So I'm just going to move on, and we'll just take that one out the way a second. And now we've got Scorpio. So let's give a little shuffle for Scorps and see what card we've got for you, Scorpio. Now I am a Scorpio, so this will be interesting for me, guys. So let's have a look then. Oh, and I feel that one wants to come out. And we have the ram. And it says symbology is sacrifice, growth and divine life. The ram is a symbol from ancient mythology that has long been associated with sacrifice and ritual slaughter. The ram's death is not only an offering but a precursor to rebirth, and thus a symbol of renewal. The ram's association with the new beginnings and new life is reflected in the astrological sign of Aries, which marks the start of the astrological year in the spring. In the Odyssey, the hero Odysseus narrowly escapes from the Cyclops' cave and certain death by clinging to the underbelly of a ram, which hides him from the Cyclops' view. In the painting, the ram is shown holding a branch, a reference to the universal tree of life. Below, a woolly white ram is being honoured by animal deities. The Kalmuk people of Mongolia would consecrate such a white ram from their flock, giving in the title the Ram of Heaven. This holy ram was never shorn. Okay, so it's got sacrifice, growth and divine life. So I think this has come out for you. I've got a couple of things I'm picking up here for you, Scorpio. I do feel that you could have a challenge on your hands this week where you need to speak up and voice your opinion. I feel like you may become at loggerheads about something with somebody, so that's what I feel for some of you, okay. But I also feel as well that I feel something's been hidden or kept secret away from you, okay, as though someone is trying to avert, okay, or hide something from you this week, Scorpio. So it's just to say to be mindful, especially when it says someone clinging on the underbelly of a ram, which hides from Cyclops' view. So I feel like someone is trying to hide from your view or hide something from you. But I know how Scorpios work, and eventually whoever it is, they will get found out if they are trying to pull the wool over your eyes, so to speak. So that's what I get there then for the lovely Scorpios. So let's move on, and we have Capricorn. So I'll do a little shuffle for Caps. See what we've got here. And see what card comes out for Capricorn. And I feel like that one wants to come out for you, Caps. And we have the Hawk. Symbology, healing, vision, rebirth and spirituality. There are many species of hawk, each with its own legends and associated folklore. The birds have symbolised healing, freedom, vision and rebirth. In Egyptian mythology, Isis, the goddess of abundance and fertility, assumes the shape of a hawk as she gives birth to her son, Horus, who then dies and is reborn. She also becomes a hawk to join her husband, Osiris, in the underworld. Native Americans associate the hawk with potent magic and use its feathers in healing rituals and its ceremonies to bring rain. So the hawk for me, that's been pulled out for you, Capricorn, okay, because it's saying about vision, okay, and your spirituality. I just feel here that this week it's about, again, paying attention to detail around something, and it's as though I want to say Hawkeye, okay, because I feel there is something around you or somebody around you where you're keeping a close eye on, okay, at the moment, or a situation that you're monitoring at the moment, okay. You're just mindful about a certain issue or a certain health issue that you're keeping a track on, or your eye on at the moment, sort of making sure that things are kept, this issue or problem is contained and kept under control, I want to say. And it's also saying as well, for some of you, take the hawk's energy, the spirit energy, where you need to observe something from a higher level, from a higher view, okay? When you're in something, sometimes we get blinded and we're not really sure, you know, we're not getting a full picture or getting the true essence of a situation. So it's saying here for some of the Capricorns, you've got to look at this from a higher perspective, okay, this week, whatever this may be. I just feel there's an issue or a person that you're keeping an eye on, where you need, maybe you could be disagreement with somebody as well, and you cannot see it from their point of view. But if you know, it's just saying go a little bit higher, give it a different perspective on it, and then you may see it from their point of view as well. So that's what I get for my lovely Capricorns. So we'll move on, move those out the way, and we have got Aquarius. So let's just do a little shuffle for Aquarius and see what we get for you. I feel like that one is sticking out for a reason. So what have we got there? That's a nice little card. We've got insect, okay, and it says symbology, feminine power, spirituality and renewal. Insects are the most plentiful of beasts, consisting of more than 800,000 species. Their ability to metamorphose and fly has led to frequent symbolic associations with the spirit world and spiritual renewal. The praying mantis has long been associated with feminine power, as the female is larger and stronger than the male. The mantis-like insect in this painting is from the buffalo gulls, or GALS, buffalo gulls. Won't You Come Out Tonight? Pomegranate, 1994, a story by Ursula K.L. Guin, with illustrations by Boulay. Well, obviously Boulay is the artist of these cards, but I've never ever heard of that Buffalo Gals Won't You Come Out Tonight book in my life. Some of you may have read it, and if you have, then please put a comment on there and tell me if it's worth a read. But having the insect Aquarius, okay, I feel that some of you feel that you want to take on that energy, okay, as in hide yourself away a little bit whenever you pick this card, okay, at the time. I feel protection around you as well. Some of you are feeling a little bit vulnerable because insects are quite vulnerable anyway, okay, because they're only tiny, and you know, that even though they do so much, okay, you know, the planet wouldn't survive without insects on it. But I do feel that the message is coming out for your Aquarius saying I feel you're feeling a little bit vulnerable at the moment, okay. You want to protect yourself, okay. And also I feel that there could be some issues around a relationship at this time, whoever picks this card, and that is why it's making you feel a little bit vulnerable. You're feeling small, okay. You're feeling insignificant and very small at the moment, Aquarius, whoever's picked this card, this reading today, okay. But it's just saying here, don't lose faith in yourself, okay. Yeah, you might be feeling small and you may be feeling insignificant where a relationship is concerned, but it's saying here that metamorphosis takes place, and sometimes things go awry in our lives on the general, even on the romantic, so it brings change into us, and it's saying, yeah, you will get through this, okay, and you will metamorphose into a better state of being. Okay, you might feel rough at the moment, and like I say, feeling quite small. I just want to keep saying small all the time to you, Aquarius, but it's saying metamorphosis is going to be coming in and you will transcend from this. That's the message what I get for Aquarius with that card. Okay, now this is the first time I've ever used these cards as well, my lovelies, so I am quite enjoying this myself. So we're moving on to Aries. So let's just shuffle for Aries and see what we got for you, my lovelies. So they're quite thick cardstock as well, these cards, and that's just a nice size to shuffle. They're lovely cards. So let's have a look at Aries, what we have for, and I feel like that one wants to come out, and it is the caribou. Symbology, cycle of life, rebirth and abundance. Caribou make long annual migrations and are associated with the cycle of life. The Inuit people believe that as the caribou returned to them each season, so did souls return to earth after death, taking the form of either beast or human. In this painting, different animals, including a polar bear, ox, ram and goose, appear within the body of the caribou. This composite signifies the kinship of all life and recalls the Inuit belief in the universal soul. So, because you are having the energy of the caribou come out, Aries, I do feel that you are protecting and taking care of your nearest and dearest at this time, okay? You are the strong person who is keeping the family together. You are the strong person that somebody comes to sort out issues or problems, okay? So you are standing in your own power, my lovelies, who's picked this card and why it's come out today for you. Just saying that you are being having people come to you for assistance and guidance, okay, and you feel as though you have got things under control for the first time as well. That's another message that I want to put out for Aries. It's like you've been through a period where you sort of lost control for a little while on certain aspects of your life, but it's saying now that having the animal spirit of the caribou, that you are in your own power, you are in control, and you have got things back, you know, grounded, and everything is just working as it should be. And as I said, you've got people respecting you and coming to you for advice as well. So that's what I get for the lovely Aries. So we'll move on to Leo. So let's start shuffling for lovely Leos and see what card comes out for you, my lovely Leo. I'll put a shout out for Haunted Whispers today, because she put a little picture on her Instagram account of some lovely crochet work that she'd done, and it was well, no, we're not in Christmas yet, but she'd done this Christmas pudding off, she sort of crocheted it, and then she'd put this Christmas pudding on in the centre of, but she'd done it from obviously a graph. If you're into like cross stitch or anything, you know what I'm on about. But it was just thinking, wow, the patience to do it, do you know what I mean? And I'm no good at listen, I'm no good at creativity. I tried to knit something once, and I start off with the stitches on the knitting needle. Say if I started off with 100 stitches, and then I end up with about 400. And don't ask me how I do it, but I'm no good at knitting. So yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out because she's been a follower of mine since I started, so bless her. So I feel like I want to take the bull. Okay, symbology is renewal, fertility and growth. Bull cults were ubiquitous in ancient cultures whose devotees worshipped the beast as a supreme deity, or deity, I can never say that word, or however you want to spell it, but it's deity anyway. But the bull was also a symbol of renewal, and the creature was ritually sacrificed with its blood sprinkled on the spring fields to ensure new growth. In ancient Greece, these rituals were associated with the Dionys, the Greek god of vegetation and renewal. Dionysus, who was frequently represented as a bull and sometimes as a goat, was dismembered by the Titans and subsequently resurrected. The Spanish bullfight is a vestige of the ancient bull sacrifice. The Minotaur, another deity from Greek mythology who had the head of a bull and the body of a man, is also associated with the sacrifice and the cycle of renewal. The slaying of the Minotaur, the devourer of youth and restores life. Okay, so I just feel here why the bull has come out for you. It's to do with strength. Okay, there's two elements here. Some of you could feel that you're feeling a little bit vulnerable because you feel like you're being attacked from all sides at the moment in an argumentative sense. Excuse me. So you could feel that tempers are running a little bit high, okay, and you feel like you are the victim at the minute on the one end of the coin. But then on the other side, the bull, okay, can get angry. So I do feel that some of you may have got some anger around you at the moment, as in the saying, a red rag to a bull. So I do feel that some people or someone may have upset you at this moment in time. But also I look on the strength issue of the bull, okay, because nobody messes with the bull. And I do feel that this is the energy that some of my Leos are taking on. It's to say you're standing your ground, okay. At the time of when you read this message, you're standing your ground, you are having your say, okay, and yet it may be a red rag to a bull, that somebody has, you know, got your goat up, so to speak. So it's just saying that's the energy that I'm feeling, and that is why this card has come out for you today, Leo, saying, yeah, stand your ground, okay, you are a strong energy, and you show your self-worth to those who are trying to attack you at the moment, okay, or put you down, or make you feel inferior. But that is far from the truth, because you have the power within you. It might be to say a message to say, you know, you have got this energy spirit in you at the moment, and use it, okay. Literally stand your ground and fight the fight, okay. So that's what I get from my lovely Leos. So I'm going to move on from there. And we have the lovely water sign of Cancer. So let's have a look what we've got for you, Cancer. As you can see, I'm not putting the cards back in what I draw out, because I just think it's, you know, we just work through the cards, being there's 48 and there's only 12 star signs. We'll just go with each card that comes out separately. So what have we got for, I feel like I want to take the monkey. The monkey for Cancer. And it says, symbology is the agility, courage and spirit. The monkey is an ancient deity worshipped by Middle Eastern peoples. In the Hindu Ramayana, a monkey hero named Hanuman helps rescue Sita, the god Vishnu's queen, who had been abducted by a demon. And then it says, Hanuman was made invincible by Brahma, the godfather, the grandfather. I'm calling him the godfather. Mind me, that might be significant, so I'll come back to that. The grandfather and creator, and possesses the skill and agility to leap across the heavens. He leads a monkey army against the demon and rescues Sita, for which he is granted everlasting life. This painting of a monkey recalls the power of Hanuman and his dominion over the heavens, okay. So I want to say that the monkey energy, because it's a swift energy and can take itself out of any situation quickly, okay, this is what I feel the energy of the monkey is coming around, Cancer. Whoever picks this card at this time, it is saying you have the energy at the moment to quick thinking, okay, quick on your feet and quick thinking, making snap decisions, okay, that you could have to make at this time. And it's just saying, I want to say that cheeky energy as well for some of you. It could be that some of you are taking on that cheekiness of what the monkey energy can present as well. But I feel more drawn to saying that there's quick decisions to be made here. Snap decisions where you've literally got to move fast as well on a situation. It could be some of you are presented with a offer around this time that you need to make a snap decision on, okay? Or it could be that you need to leave a situation or a relationship swiftly, okay, because you feel that it's not right for you at this time, and you've got to take a swift action on that to stop this relationship going any further before you do get yourself entangled further, knowing you're not happy in the relationship. So it's to say the swiftness of the decision there. So I just feel a swift decision needs to be made, okay, and that is why the card has come out for you, my lovelies. So I'm going to move on from there. And we have another water sign of Pisces. So let's just quickly shuffle for the lovely Pisces. So see what card comes out for you. And I feel that one there. And we have the frog. Symbology is feminine energy, creation, and I've never heard of that word. Fecundity? Fecundity. That's a new one on me, okay, but I will be looking that up later, okay. But it says the frog is a creature of the water and has been associated with new life. In Egypt they were placed on mummies to facilitate rebirth. The abundance of frogs at the time of the annual Nile flood also associated with fecundity. That is a word that I have never heard of, so I do need to know what that means. So I will probably drop a little bit of an explanation below later on with this Pisces one, okay? Because that is definitely a new word on me. In South America, the Orinoco people considered the frog to be lord over water, a feminine symbol, and did not kill them. Among Native American peoples of North America, the frog has been associated with the moon, which is also a feminine symbol. One story tells of a frog jumping into the moon where it rules for eternity. Okay, so I just feel here on this, okay, because it's got the abundance of frogs at the time of the annual Nile flood, because obviously the frog is associated with water, and I'm looking at the artwork on this now, and I feel like it's trying to hide itself, okay. That is the actual moon in this picture, but I'm just going on what I feel from the artwork, and I feel Pisces, you are feeling it's sort of a emotional time at the moment, okay. You are feeling vulnerable, and you are also feeling you want to hide yourself as well. The moon is associated with emotions, okay, where things run deeply, and this is what I feel why the frog has come out for you at the moment. And reptilians have cold skins, okay, so I feel coldness around you as well at the moment. If it's in a relationship, you are feeling left out in the cold, okay? You are feeling quite cold, like I say, you've been left out in the cold. Sorry, it's all right, somebody was knocking my door then, but somebody's answering it for me. Sorry there, guys. So yeah, I do feel that in a relationship stance, you are feeling left out in the cold, you're feeling a little bit vulnerable, quite emotional as well, okay, at the moment. And like I say, if it's not you, it could be you leaving somebody out in the cold on the opposite scale. But this is what I feel around you, Pisces, at the moment, that your emotions are running high. There is something around you that is bothering you, that is making you feel vulnerable, okay? Or it could be, as I said, you're not happy in a relationship at the moment, and this is what I'm feeling on the Pisces. This is a strong message that I'm feeling. I feel more drawn to the romantic than I do on any general level here. I just feel that there is some issues around you, but it could be on a health issue as well, where you're feeling vulnerable and you know your emotions are up and down because you may have had some news about your own health at the moment. But this is why I feel that why the frog energy has come out for you, my lovelies. But I will drop a description of that word underneath, and I can only apologise for that because honestly, I do come across words that I've never heard of, and that is definitely one I haven't, and you may know what it means, but I will look that up later, and I will drop the reasoning below in the comments box for you, my lovely Pisces. So I'm going to move on, and we're going to read now for Virgo. So let's have a look, Virgo, of what we got here. So what card have we got for Virgs? Let's have a deep dig. And we've got the scarab. Symbology is regeneration. To the Egyptians, the scarab, a type of beetle, symbolised the powers that governed the celestial bodies. A great scarab was thought to roll the sun across the sky. This belief arose from the scarab's habit of shaping a piece of ox dung into a ball, into which it laid its eggs and rolling it about, generally from east to west. Scarab-like jewels were often placed in tombs of deceased relatives to give them the power of the sun and to facilitate their resurrection. Okay, so you are taking on the energy of the scarab, okay? And I want to say the hard shell to do with the scarab, protective. So I do feel that whoever's gone for this, okay, it's got regeneration, but I do feel that with the Virgos that I'm picking up with, okay, it's about protecting yourself at this moment in time, okay? Feeling a little bit vulnerable to the outside elements, okay, that you feel like you want to protect yourself from, people around you. I want to say you want to hide yourself away a little bit as well. I do feel that some of you have been doing too much outwardly for others, okay? Just doing too much in general. And it's saying that you need to take a step back and sort of go back in within the shell. It may be a reflective time for some of my Virgos as well, okay? And I want to say to take the energy of slowing down, okay? I've got wings here, and I feel that is the regeneration. It's saying you need to go within yourself at the moment, okay? You need to rest and heal, because I do feel that the stress is around Virgos at the moment. By doing that and taking the time out, then you will the regeneration will take place, and you will be able to spread your wings again, okay? I feel others are clipping your wings at the moment because there's too much responsibility going on you, and that's why the scarab is saying here, because I feel like the sun, because it's associated with the sun as well, that you've lost the sun in your life at the moment, okay, for some of you, and that is why you've got to retreat back in. There's two faces in here, okay, Egyptian faces here. So it could be that you need to speak the truth to a partner as well of how you're feeling, that two things are getting on top of you. But it's saying here, you've got to take the time out and address this, but then you will have your wings, you will regenerate and come out as a stronger person at the end of it. So that is a reflective time for you, Virgo, and that is why that card's come out for you, my lovelies. So we move on to Gemini, okay? So we've got Gemini. Let's have a look what we got for you, Gemini. Right then, gems. I feel like that one for you. And it is the peacock. Symbology, vision, wisdom, beauty, guardianship. The many eyes in the peacock's tail feathers are associated with vision and wisdom. In Greek mythology, the bird was a symbol of the goddess Hera, who kept it in her temple as a many-eyed guard. Muslims of Java believe the peacock guards the gate of paradise. In Europe, peacock mythology has varied and depending on the culture may represent a bad omen or symbolise the soul, okay? So it's wisdom, beauty, guardianship, okay, gems? And I just feel here that it is telling you with the energy of the peacock that you have literally got to keep your eye on things at the moment, okay? As in, I feel that some of you may be having the truth hidden from you. There may be something going on behind your back as well, Gemini, at this moment in time. And I feel on a relationship stance, okay? Just to be mindful that the truth isn't being told at the minute. That's why the peacock feathers, okay, with the eyes on it, to say you need to keep a wider angle on things at the moment. You need to have eyes everywhere. That's what I want to say. I feel like I want to say, Gemini, you've got to keep eyes everywhere. Just watch your back, okay? I feel like there could be idle gossip being, as in you're being talked about behind your back. Lies are being spread about some of you at this moment in time of when you pick on this reading, okay? I want to say as well that so I'm looking here at this other element with the redness in these wings, okay? I just feel that some of you are also having conflicts within your inner self at the moment, okay? Just undecided about a certain aspect of your life, okay? With the red element, it's like your mind is on overload at the minute as well, Gemini, with you're sort of manifesting things that haven't happened yet. So I just want to say, don't meet your problems halfway, okay? Because you are sort of manifesting things as well. So it could be that there's areas in your life at the moment where you are concerned about, especially on relationships. I want to go back to the relationships where you are sort of manifesting in your mind all these worries and concerns that you're thinking something, you know, someone is cheating on you, where it, you know, innocently, you know, it could be that you are manifesting this within your own mind and nothing is actually going on. So I've got two sides of the coin there. It could be that you need to keep your eyes open because there is something going on behind your back, or it is to say, hang on a minute, don't overthink things, okay? And to get the facts before you accuse somebody of lying to you. And that is why I feel that the peacock has come out for you, my lovely Geminis. So I am going to move on, and we are on to Libra, okay? Libra, 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 and see what we have for you. What card is coming out for you, my lovely Librans? Libra, Libra. Oh, that definitely jumped in my hand, Libra. And we have, okay, the snake. And its transformation, healing, sexuality and rebirth. The snake has been given numerous symbolic qualities over time and across cultures, from sexual, compassionate and clairvoyant qualities to the cycle of life, death and rebirth. Poisonous snakes have been associated with transformation and healing in many Native American belief systems. The poison is thought to activate primal energies, which, if manipulated correctly, can cure rather than kill. In the Middle Eastern epic, oh here we go with the words, Gilgamesh, a serpent acquires the flower of everlasting youth, which allows it to shed its skin and to be reborn. This painting, entitled Rattler, is of a snake dancer. It represents a character from Buffalo Gals Won't You Come Out Tonight, Pomegranate 1994, a story written by Ursula K. Le Guin and illustrated by Boulay being the person who's done the artwork on these cards. So the snake has come out for you, okay? And I just feel why the snake energy has come out for you, Libra, because I'm going to go on to the theme here again. Reptile skin, it's cold to the touch, okay? So it could be that you have gone through a phase at the moment where you have felt like that. You have sort of been quite cold towards people. You've sort of been dwelling on the negative aspects of things around you, okay? just your life in general at the moment has just got this cold vibe around you. But it's saying here, because snakes shed their skin, and this could be the energy that you have been in, and you've sort of realised that, you know, you cannot keep dwelling on negativity, you cannot keep giving this cold stance towards people, and this has got to change, okay? And if we look at the artwork on this card, it's like to say the warmth, you know, the fire is igniting, and this is the inner core of you, this is the essence of you, and this is the rebirth and the regeneration of you. And this is why the snake has come out saying there's a transformation going on around you at the moment, where I feel this coldness that you have been giving out towards people, okay, not intentionally, but this is the energy that you have been taking on, because obviously you've been through a period where you could have suffered with your health, or you've had difficulties at the moment in struggling with you know, areas of your life. But it's saying here, I want to say the skin of the snake is about to shed, and you are it's going to be a rebirth and a rejuvenation of you. And I want to say the warmth, because that's why I'm drawn to the colours of the card, of the warmth. Warmth is going to be coming back into your life, and more positivity, and that is why the card has come out for you, my lovely Libras. So we move on to the last but not least, my lovely Sagittarians, okay, and let's have a look of what comes out for you, Saggy. So, Sag, what animal spirit card have we got for you, Sag? And we have the goat. Symbology, caprice, mischief, sexuality and fertility. The Greek satyr was part goat and part man, and represented licentious, mischief and caprice. The goat was also the symbol of Pan, the woodland god of the flocks, fertility and nature. Pan was a lusty deity whose emblem was the phallus. When hunting was poor or the flocks declined, the Greeks would blame Pan and beat his image with squills, a type of bulbous herb, to release his reproductive energies. Pan was thus an early scapegoat. Russian peasant folklore tells of a similar mischievous forest spirit, the Leshy, which had goat hooves and horns, as well as black fur, wings and a tail. The Greek god Dionysus was also frequently represented by the image of a goat. Someone with a Dionysian character is considered frenzied, lawless, or possessing orgastic propensities. I can never say these words. They're all too big words for me, guys. But anyway, I'm going to go with what I feel from this card, regardless of the message. But obviously the message is important on the card itself. But I always go for the art images anyway. So you taking on the energy of the goat, it's just rough terrain that you're on at the moment, Sag, okay? You're feeling you're hitting stumbling blocks that you need to get over. You feel like there's barriers in place at the moment. I just feel, you know, you sort of, you complete one thing and then there's another hurdle in place, and this is how the energy has been going around, my lovely Saggies. It's like you're trying to get over every hurdle that is put in you, and it is you know, the terrain is rough at the moment for my lovely Saggies, okay? But it's just saying here that I do feel this energy is to stay focused, okay? Just to say the message here is you can get through this rough terrain at the moment, okay, because it is not easy, but it is saying that you have and I want to say about some of you, I want to say that the word sure footing, just to say be careful of the ground that you're treading on at the moment in a relationship. For some of you, not all of you, but I do feel there's the start of a new relationship here for some, but it's saying be careful of the ground you tread on, because I feel whoever the person is I'm picking up with, the person that they are sort of starting on this relationship with, are not being honest with you, okay? So have a sure footing. That's what I want to say, because I just feel that there's this person is either still tied up with somebody else in a relationship and not being honest to you, saying where they may have said, oh yeah, I've split up with them, but I do feel there's still that connection. So it's just to say be careful, be guarded, okay? And yet it is just a rough time at the moment where barriers, you know, you get through one hurdle and then you think, oh gosh, I'm up to the next, you know, level. So you're sort of climbing a mountain. That's what I want to say, like the goat, you're climbing a mountain at the moment. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel for some of you, okay? And it's just saying perseverance, perseverance. But for some of you on the relationship, just about this sure footing. So that's what I get from my lovely Saggies. So my lovelies, I hope you've enjoyed this Tarot Tea and Tuesday challenge this week, and you've enjoyed me sharing the Kirks Folly moon jewellery, okay, as well. So I hope you have a fabulous week, my lovelies, and I will look forward to seeing you next Tuesday. Take care then. Bye.